Nothing, sitting in the house. Gotta watch my son. Who, me? Nah, I ain't gonna interrupt. You got your friends, so would you go to your friend's house? No, no, no. That's not the problem.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First down, New York.
Niggas play man weird as shit. It's cool though. It's cool though.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. For it, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass. So that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one,
no,
advantage defense.
I'm not driving what's the name? What's crazy.
On 1st and 10, Swain. Oh, he's going to air it out right away.
What the fuck play was that?
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Pats have taken the early lead. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
3-7, Jets, nothing. Austin Seibert set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Taken in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Whoa.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. A gain of 3, second down.
But that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3.
Not if you put red in front of them, they get fed. If you put red in front of a goat, they'll like lock up and shit.
Jackson looking for Campbell downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-0, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 17-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Swain. And that is incomplete.
Niggas flipping and plays and shit, niggas goofy ass shit, niggas. That is game ready.
And 8 yards to go.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Swain. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so.
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
1st and 10.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Swain. Looking deep for Julio. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Operating from the gun, Swain looking downfield for Jones. And that is incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Fielded at about the 28. It's a 54-yard punt with a return of 11. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Now a handoff looking right. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he gets this all the way down to the Patriots' 31-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
I heard you. You got it. You got it.
They needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And I think the ball's out. And it's picked up by the Patriots. Through an opening, and there he goes.
Show you, man.
And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and a Patriot touchdown.
Austin Seibert on for the point out.
And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Set to kick off.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this carries into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 22-yard line.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Jackson. He gets it left side to Johnson. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. Got a man. It's Mims. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass and they get 12 yards out of it. Now Jackson on first down. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To throw again. Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked off near his own 48. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. so they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Swain going up top. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Austin Seibert set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 39. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This will be fielded at the 17. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Patriots take over.
31-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Swain. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, Swain. He sets to fire deep. This is caught at the 20. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A big play there on 3rd down for the Pats. 51 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again. Swain. Escaping the pressure right. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Number 24.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
A 2-yard
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
9-yard line.
Around the NFL, 2nd quarter in Atlanta. And it's an early lead there for the Saints. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told them, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Swain. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
We got 25 the mic. Let's go one more. And 25 the mic. We got check smash.
To throw on third down, Swain. And that will be incomplete as well.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the second time.
Anthony Aloysius Lubitins III. Who the fuck are you talking to?
A good return there.
Nigga, Anthony Aloysius over here talking a lot of shit.
Take over with a new set of downs.
So I have the babies here. I don't even, this shit belong to me. Niggas on here doing he's doing the same play. I hate this shit, bro.
It's not an easy situation. You're down early in the elements.
Yeah, bro. Niggas be in this joint cheating, bro. This shit is not fun.
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much
I'm
better
about
idea
to.
of what
Like,
you're
I'm
trying
over
to
this
accomplish
shit.
and
This
where
shit
you're trying
annoying,
to
bro.
go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Them Cooper Barrel crack come on, kill a spicy crackhead wing.
We'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
Well, you can't juke nobody on this shit. I'm literally juking, trying to juke niggas. These niggas doing the same play. This shit sucks. Stop! You knock God down.
To throw is Jackson. Flushed out
Out
right.
of there,
He can run for it, and he will. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Play action. It's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. It's caught at the 10. And he's got this way down inside of New England's 10-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 59 yards. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Yeah. Yes.
Operating from the gun. Jackson. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Now whistles and a timeout.
See, this is why I shouldn't have said nothing.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson to the end zone, but it's incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Set to kick off.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Swain. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Taking it about the 16. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
I'm going to still be on this.
The good news, they got the stop defensively. The bad news, this is a huge hole that they're in right now. How do they start to dig out?
Annoying, bro. Niggas do the same shit every time. There's just no point even playing the game, bro.
Another interception.
That shit gay, bro. Niggas think they so good.
Between his ears right now. It's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week.
You can't even. It's up for the bro. You can try to run the ball. Can't run it. You can try to pass the ball. Niggas is blitzing from wide ass angles and still getting sacked. Nigga blitzing from like 7 yards away. And I'm still getting sacked. Man, bro, this shit is bad.
Maybe the backup quarterback. That's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And he is.
And niggas like him doing this, this shit good.
Kenyon Drake, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
Man, me and my girl arguing, bro. I can't even focus. This shit throwing me off. You don't never talk to me. You don't talk to me about the problem. Bitch, I can't even if I did, it's not gonna change nothing. So it doesn't matter.
This carries into the end zone.
That's what they fail to realize. Then it's about her. So if I talk to her about her, she will go tell. Like, it's just dumb, bro. A bitch can tell you about yourself, and nigga like, oh, all right, I am a dumbass nigga. All right.
Jets offense coming up now to start their
next drive. And that's it. You can't tell a girl about herself because I'm thinking too harder. All that bullshit.
And now here is another
I can't even play the Madden right now.
Picked off at the 25.
Lamar Jackson threw the pick and ran down 40 yards and every time.
Another interception, and I just had to double check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it. And sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Marshall.
That shit crazy, bro. That shit, listen, that shit I'm gonna get wild, bro.
His guys will get the football back.
I'm a pray for you, bro.
At their own 7-yard line.
I'm pray for you, bro, because this shit only get worse, bro.
After the interception, here's Jackson.
Shit done, bro.
Johnson.
I don't know what females expect, man.
Gain out to the 14.
This is a fantasy, man.
It's a gain of 7.
It's a gain of 7.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes his quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after
Name
the
what baby that
interception
slept
he
through
had
the
that
night.
ended their last drive. Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved.
You hear this?
Now after the false
You
start,
probably
they
did
need
this.
8 yards here on third down. They go play action now. Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the
Dude,
fresh
how
start
these
to
niggas
begin
all,
the
this
third
shit's
quarter.
crazy.
Still off
This
target
shit
throws,
is
no
wild,
rhythm
bro.
throwing the football, and
No
obviously
blocking,
no
no
touchdown scored in this
time,
game.
do plenty shit.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Returning it is Moore. 51 yards on the punt there.
Stop.
And that will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 46-yard line.
Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46.
What you mean? For real, they gotta nurture the baby, bro. That's what I was trying to tell her, bro. I'm like, bro.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by
I don't know. I told her she should have not have went. Man, she went back to work like when he was 3 months. I'm like, damn, bro, what the fuck? You supposed to nigga should be at least 6 months or something before you go back to work.
Maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe
Well,
he can get out of it and
no,
make plays for them to win a game.
She wasn't lacking. She wasn't lacking like that.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's Jackson to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there. And there we saw completion.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Man, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st down, Jets.
Now an handoff here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
And it's 3rd down.
Now on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Throwing is Jackson. Campbell making the catch. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
4th down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Eluding the pressure right. He's got this one completed to Mims. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Now it's Jackson. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. No gain there on the completion. It'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Left side complete. That's Johnson. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game
that's the
long?
movie
I really think
sensei
right
shit.
from
I
the
fucking
first
hate
snap,
that
I
shit,
think
bro.
you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Jackson will throw again. Got a man, it's caught.
Yeah,
Touchdown,
you want to do that, but you don't want to be there.
Miles
Yeah, I don't want the
Boykin,
job.
his second touchdown on the season. And the Jets are able to strike for 6. Will Lutz on for the point after.
I know what the scoreboard says here, but for all those who are playing fantasy football, their scoreboards are different. Points scored could benefit someone.
Back now in Foxborough, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. And he's into the clear.
Oh, we got plenty of fight, baby.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Kenyon Drake, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And this offense is running away with this one. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
Man, I love that you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one, because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done,
and run with
well, guess
97,
what? We'll see the
98
end result.
receivers.
Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth.
I got
And he's got
Marquise
it
Money
past the
first.
30 before he's hit and dropped. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
The nigga for who played for
First
the
down, Jets.
Here's Jackson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
Brings up second and 4 at the 39-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. Play action. Now Jackson. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And, Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And, partner, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson got very comfortable with his tight end group. In fact, he had one tight end that went to the Pro Bowl. But I think now, because of his ability to run the ball, it'll bring defenders closer to the line of scrimmage, and you'll see more big plays from the wide receivers downfield.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Catch made here by Campbell. And they move this this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup
just
there at
feel like he was
22.
better than this.
Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. 3rd and goal. Jackson. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
Touchdown.
No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great.
I can't roll papers. I can roll everything for the papers, bro. That should be
risk
doing.
reward. It's just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
We gonna need houses. We got cones.
They'll start the drive with Drake. They find some open field here. The 40, 30, and he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. It's a big play there for the Patriots. 54 yards on the ground.
Hey, Aunt, it's so fucked up. I told her, I said, man, I just can't tell these
down, Drake again. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21
you hurt
to the
my
19.
feelings by saying you can't tell. I'm like, oh my God. I try to say the least thing, and I still hurt your feelings, man. Don't get you, man. My baby knows bad as shit.
So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. On 2nd down, it's Drake.
Dude,
and
I'm
he'll
not
get
built
this
like
down
that.
only to the 18.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets
Dude,
there
being married,
is he
dude, that's
understands
dumb
what
as
an offense is
shit. A
going
lot
to do
of fun.
before the ball's
You
even snapped.
don't need
A
white
great
man's
job of
paperwork.
scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Yeah,
4th quarter, you've got the big lead.
that
If you're
time, you can just
coaching
have a
Charlie,
party,
you
bro.
still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Man, fuck on that shit.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even
Hey,
further
God,
here in the
minute
4th.
And you go this late, you can
Yeah,
never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said.
but I'm about to
And
do
now
the
it's
same
all
way
about
you
ball
do.
control, isn't it?
You're get high, you're dead behind, you're not trying to do.
Seibert set to kick off.
After the made field goal, Seibert back out there to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble, bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
I got played this nigga twice a year, man.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Finding Knox there, complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
I'm mad I started.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. Julio Jones all alone. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play. So it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
What is
That's
it,
called being in the zone.